Order. The Pledge of Allegiance this morning will be led by Valerie Delgado from Southmore Elementary and Jonathan Delgado from Hamilton Middle School in Denver.
Join us in our pledge. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Scholar, please take the roll.
Representatives Becker. Buck.
Jonathan, thank you.
Representative Buck. Buckner. Conti. Coram. Court. Representative Court.
No, Tuesday. I was told it's not being done today, it's being done Tuesday. No, it's not being done today, for sure. What, Court? She's there.
President Court is present. Del Grosso.
The House resolution or Senate resolution?
Representative Del Grosso.
Get him and Angela.
Got that one. Thanks.
Who? Oh, excused.
Del Grosso excused. Dorr.
Hey,
Duran.
well, that's right, you're not.
Representative Duran. Everett.
There's a resolution on Martin Luther King. No, Everett. Absent.
Absent. Exum. Fields.
Oh, they expect you from today.
Fisher. Foot.
It's a House resolution.
Garcia. Gardner.
Exit.
Giroux. Janal.
Okay. And I told Marilyn to get me Tony and who?
Hamner. Holbert. Hollinghorse. I've seen her too.
Here.
Madam Majority Leader.
Absent.
Humphrey. Joshi. Kagan. Representative Kagan. Hey, David, have you heard from Kagan?
Kagan, absent.
Thanks. Kagan absent. Kraftarp. Labuda. Present. Landgraf. Lawrence. Lebsock. Lee. May. McCann. McLaughlin. McNulty. Melton. Mitch Bush is excused. Moreno. Running late. Excused. Murray. Navarro. Present. Nordberg. Pabon. Peniston. Pedersen. Representative Pedersen.
Absent.
Primavera. Priola.
I don't know, Danny.
Rankin. Rosenthal. Ryden. Sane. Salazar. Schaefer. Scott. Singer. Representative Kagan is present. Excuse Singer?
What?
Excuse Singer?
Yes.
Singer excused. Sonnenberg.
There he is. He's in the back. I see him.
Present. Stevens. Representative Stevens. I haven't heard anything. Swam is excused. Zabo. Excused. We excused Zabo. Excused. Tyler. Vigil. I have been. Waller. Williams. The phone's ringing. The phone was ringing. Wilson. Wright. Young. Speaker Ferrandino. Excused. Excused. Okay. Okay. So Pedersen's in the parking lot. Should be excused. Okay.
Fine. Be nice. Did you get the majority leader?
Yeah.
Who else do we?
I've got 56, 7, and 2.
Who are the two?
Everett and Stevens. Thank you. Can I bring the wrap? 56, 7, and 2. Singer, Swan, Zabo, Pedersen, Mitchbush, Moreno.
With 56 members present, 7 excused, and 2 absent, a quorum is present. Representative Buck. Same time, same place, all week. Last day to do it. Representative Buck.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker, and I apologize. I move that the reading of the Journal of the 16th of January, 2014 be dispensed with and that it's approved and corrected by the wonderful Chief Clerk. Thank you.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor, Representative Sonnenberg.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move substitute motion that she read every other word of the Journal.
That motion is in order. Any other discussion? Seeing none, question for the House is for Representative Buck to read every other word in the Journal. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say no. You know what? We have a lot to do, and the motion fails. Back to the original motion. Approval of the Journal. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, no. No. It's good to be the king. The motion is adopted. Announcements and introductions. Who's making the most important announcement first? Representative Peniston. She's got a Broncos jersey on, so.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, I have never called your veracity into question until today. Yesterday, you promised us Bronco cheerleaders. What did you deliver? Representative Priola.
Representative Peniston, have you looked to your left, well, our left, and we have in the House the Bronco cheerleaders. I say it, it happens, you know, it's amazing. Representative Court.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Although this might not be the ideal day for students to come observe this august body, we do have a wonderful student group from my district, from Good Shepherd School. They are here today. Hi, guys. Thanks for coming.
Representative Salazar.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I'm at the well to talk about something quite serious. After speaking with the majority leader, I think that it's incumbent upon this very venerable body that by sheer similarity of genetics, we have to declare that Thunder is a Democrat. I think that this is something that we must recognize. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Representative Williams. Representative Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members of the Business, Labor, Economic, and Development Workforce Committee, our first committee meeting will be on Tuesday, the 21st. We will hear 4 bills. House Bill 1034, 1016, 1015, and 1038. We will meet at 1:30 in LSBA. Thank you.
Representative Court.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm sorry. I have a second school group from my district here. I'm not sure if they've arrived yet, but Christ the King, are you up there yet? Well, the Good Shepherd kids will tell the Christ the King kids we say hello, okay? Thank you.
Further announcements. Madam Speaker Pro Tem.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker. It's a pleasure to serve with you.
And also with you.
Good morning, colleagues. As you know, Monday, the third Monday of every month, the third Monday in January is always a day that we celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday. And so there's going to be programs across the state, across our nation, and I want to invite you to join me. I'm going to be participating in a parade. The parade is where we combine a march and a parade. We're going to be convening at the Martin Luther King statue at City Park. That convening time will be at 9 a.m., and then we'll leave there at 9:30. We'll walk all the way down Colfax, and we'll finally meet at the West Step Capitol. So if you would like to participate in the parade for Martin Luther King's birthday, please join me Monday, January the 20th at 9 o'clock, City Park. Thank you.
Representative Corr.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And all my friends on the left, please listen. You need to understand one thing about this weekend. Go Broncos, but remember, Thunder is a Bronco, not a jackass.
Ooh. Representative McCann.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I just want to join with Representative Fields in inviting you to march in the parade on Monday for Martin Luther King Day. That is in my district in City Park. We will be meeting there at 9 o'clock, and we will march down to the Capitol in honor of the Reverend Martin Luther King. So I hope to see some of you there. Thank you.
Representative Hamner.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and colleagues. I'll do my best to fill in for Representative Mitch Bush in doing the ski report. But it is Friday and we're facing a holiday weekend. And let me tell you, all of the resorts have been receiving tons of snow. So I have some updates for you. And by the way, we're encouraging all of our guests to the resorts to wear their Bronco colors, because we need them to show support for the Broncos to counterbalance all the Tom Brady jerseys we know we're going to see on the slopes. So we really need Coloradans to come on up to the mountains this weekend. The resorts have received anywhere from 8 inches to 41 inches. Breckenridge and Steamboat have bases over 200 inches. So I hope you get a chance to keep doing the snow dances and enjoy the resorts this weekend. Thank you.
Further introduction to announcements. Representative Williams. And Duran.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, if we could have your attention.
Hold on one second. Is this?
Yeah.
Hold on one second. Members, can we have your attention at the well, please?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you.
Members, it's with a heavy heart that we'd like to share some information with you. Kaylin, Delaney, Lindsey, who is the nephew of one of our staff, Miss Pat Duncan, passed away this week. So we want to share a little information with you. Kaylin Delaney Lindsey was 36 years old. He lived in Denver and he passed away on Thursday, January the 9th. He was born in Denver on January the 19th, 1977, to Bonnie and Victoria Lindsey. Kaylin graduated from Elizabeth High School. His mom was Vicki Buckley, who was the first black Secretary of State for the state of Colorado, and she preceded him in death in 1999. He was married to his loving wife, Michelle Bailey Lindsey, on August the 27th of 2010. Kaylin took pride in being a loving father, a husband, a son, and a brother. He was kind to all he met.
Kaylin will be most remembered for his passion for the outdoors. The Denver Broncos. On Sundays, he would be glued to the television watching his team. You could call him a die-hard Bronco fan. He loved fishing, summer barbecues, and any other event that allowed him to spend time with his family.
Kaylin is survived by his wife, Michelle Lindsey, children Kendrick, Benjamin, Mason, Bryn, and Avery Lindsey, twins, Alana and Coy Bailey. Parents, Bonnie Lindsey, brothers, Javon Lindsey and Ian Buckley, sister Sheila Snyder, and of course his aunt, Patricia Duncan, and a host of relatives. Please join us in a moment of silence.
House will observe a moment of silence.
Thank you, members. There are going to be memorial services on Friday, January 17th at 5 p.m. at the Taylor Funeral Home at 2531 Ogden, which is this evening if you're available to attend. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Duran and Representative Williams. Further announcements and introductions. Seeing none, we will proceed to our next order of business. Members, it is 9:20. We're going to go into seconds right now. We are going to recess the House at 9:40 to join Thunder, Miles, and our great cheerleaders in support of the Denver Broncos on the West Steps. And then we will convene right after the rally is done. So we're going into seconds, but at 9:40 we will take a break for the rally. Representative Foote. You've heard the motion. Seeing no objection, the House will resolve itself in the committee of the whole for consideration of general orders. Representative Foote will take the chair.
The committee will come to order. With your unanimous consent, the bills will be read by title unless there's a request for reading a bill at length. Committee amendments will not be read unless requested, as they are printed and in your bill folders. Floor amendments will be shown on the screen and not read unless requested. Bills will be laid over upon a motion of the majority leader, and the coat rule is relaxed. Mr. Kohler, could you please read the title of House Bill 1078?
House Bill 1078, Representative Pedersen, concerning changes to the public education and accreditation statutes as a result of legislative review of the rules of the State Board of Education in connection with clarifying the term public school in the accreditation statutes and allowing automatic renewal of the accreditation contract for an entity with an improvement plan.
Representative Pedersen.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move House Bill 1078. Does not have a committee report.
House Bill 1078 is before us. To the bill, Representative Pedersen.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Happy to introduce the first bill of the year to the floor for your consideration. This is a technical bill brought by the Colorado Department of Education to address two issues facing accreditation. One is this clarifies that an online program is different than an online school. It also clarifies that if an accreditation contract meets the top 3 of the 5 categories, that it's automatically accredited. What this does is it reduces administrative burdens while also holding our schools accountable, and I ask for your support. Thank you.
Representative Holbert.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Members, we did hear this bill in education. I was a yes vote, but in reading through the bill as it came to the floor, it did occur to me that we are missing a critical definition in House Bill 1078. So I would move L001 and ask that it be read at length.
L001, amend printed bill, page 2, after line 10, insert. Public schooling means the highly publicized, televised shaming of Tom Brady and the New England Patriots by Peyton Manning and the Denver Broncos to take place Sunday, January 19th, 2014.
L001 is properly before us. Representative Holbert.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think that as we venture into second reading this session, this is a great start for us. This is something that we can all get behind, and it's an important message for us to convey to the students in all of our public schools, K through 12. We need this definition for public schooling, and I ask for an aye vote.
Further discussion, Representative Pedersen.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you, Representative Holbert, for bringing this amendment. I absolutely support your intentions, but I don't believe that this fits under the title. Thank you.
Representative Holbert.
I appreciate this bipartisan sentiment that we have here in the well, but I do ask for a title ruling.
Representative Holbert, I will rule from the chair that this does fit under the title at this time. Representative Holbert.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I am in full agreement with you, but out of respect for my good friend, Representative Pedersen, I will withdraw L001.
L001 is withdrawn. To the bill. Is there Representative Priola?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Representative Pedersen, could you explain for the record basically lines 13, page 2 through lines 5 on page 3, where it looks like this is a policy change as far as renewal for schools with a improvement plan. Could you explain the nexus of that, or the functionality of how that might change in making it easier for schools with turnaround plans to simply be on autopilot as far as accreditation?
Representative Pedersen.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you for your question. The third category is not up for review on whether or not it is accredited, but right now what they're currently doing is they're automatically being accredited, but there's a lot of paperwork involved. So what this does is it really is cutting red tape so that it's automatic versus having to go through the loopholes of filling out the paperwork. But let me be clear, the third category is not up for review on whether or not the school is accredited, because it is. They just need to submit an improvement plan.
Representative Priola.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So then I assume that the categories 4 and 5 still have to go through the same paperwork. Is that correct?
Representative Pedersen.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yes, for the fourth and fifth category, they still have to go through the same paperwork. And those are the ones that are on the clock, so to speak, that they did not meet the standards, and they're going to have to, they're on the clock and they have to prove over a certain amount of time that they are up to at least a level 3.
Is there any further discussion on House Bill 1078? Seeing none, the question before, excuse me, Representative Wilson.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Representative Pedersen, as I understand that CDE wants some clarification on that third category of accredited with an improvement plan. In the statute, it says each accreditation contract shall have a term of 1 year and shall be automatically renewed each year so long as the school district or the institute remains in the accreditation category of accredited or higher. I don't see why that's not clear.
Representative Pedersen.
Thank you, Representative Wilson. I understand that it's not up to the second category, and so it's not happening automatically, but in statute, it's not up for review on whether or not it's accredited on the third category. So really what's happening is they have to go through the process of getting signatures and submitting paperwork, but nothing else changes.
Representative Hamner. Oh, I'm sorry. Representative Wilson, did you have an answer to that? Representative Wilson.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Representative Pedersen, the other piece that I don't understand is why we would automatically accredit a school that has not met state expectations. That's my entire question. The two categories above says the district meets or exceeds, the district meets, and this category says the district has not met. If we are going to hold schools accountable and keep our standards high, I do not believe we should change that to where we include that with those who have not met the expectations. Why would we want to do that?
Representative Hamner.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And colleagues, I just want to make sure that everyone realizes this bill does not change anything in state statute around how we accredit schools. It really just is aligning current practice with state statute and cutting out bureaucracy that we're asking of our schools, especially has a bigger impact on our rural schools that are trying so hard. This continues their improvement plans, doesn't change anything in current statute about how we accredit schools. It's just aligning statute with practice and cutting out an unnecessary step. So I urge your support. Thank you.
Representative Wilson.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. One final question, Representative Pedersen, I promise. If CDE's practice is not following state statute, why should we change to follow their practice when the statute says it will only be those two categories?
Is there any further discussion on House Bill 1078? Representative Friola.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Representative Pedersen, if first a question, what exactly is in the paperwork that they will no longer be able to fill out? And the reason I ask that is how will we not know that maybe this school in particular might actually be falling back into the fourth category, and that paperwork would have generated it a flag such to catch the fact that their standards or their scores are falling and they need a little bit more assistance. I think it's better to have the checks and balances that it currently exist in state statute. I'm not familiar with exactly which bill changed to make it that way, but I assume that when it went through the legislature, some good reason was put to have only the top two categories receive automatic accreditation. In that, the third category, the one that your bill is touching on, might actually need some additional review from time to time, and it's important to know if and when or not that school is actually regressing in how they are teaching our youth. It's clear to me that the citizens of the state of Colorado want real education reform. They don't simply want to keep giving schools a pass and make it as easy for them to keep continuing to do business as normal. Could you please explain to me what exactly is in the paperwork and what is the process to fill that paperwork out, and how could it possibly actually help in ensuring that our kids are being properly educated?
Representative Pedersen.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you for the question, Representative Friola. Currently, like I discussed before, if you're in the third category, you are not up for debate on whether or not your school is accredited. What happens is, because it's not in statute, they're having to go through burdensome regulations and red tape that don't make sense because they are in the third category. They are going to be accredited with an improvement plan. The paperwork that you were asking is they have to have their board chair and superintendent sign and submit the contract. All contracts, if something changes, is up for debate. This isn't something that is guaranteed, but it is a year contract. And what this is doing is aligning statute, and I ask for your support.
Members, if you could please pay attention obviously, it's a little bit unusual for us to have a mascot on the House floor. We appreciate it, but also if you could pay attention to the debate that's going on and keeping your voices down a little bit, it would be much appreciated to the folks down here. Is there any further discussion on 1078? Seeing no further discussion on House Bill 1078, the question before us is the adoption of House Bill 1078. All those in favor of the adoption of House Bill 1078, say aye. Aye. All those opposed, no. House Bill 1078 is adopted. Mr. Kohler, could you please read the title of House Bill 1053?
House Bill 1053, Representative McCann, also Senator Aguilar, concerning the authority of the Commissioner of Insurance to adopt rules to ensure consistent requirements for pediatric dental benefits and health benefit plans offered in Colorado, regardless of the method by which a plan is purchased.
Representative McCann.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Could I have everyone's attention, please? I know it's hard today, but this is an important bill that I want to talk to you about, and I want to make sure that everyone understands that I'm really happy today to be presenting the first gum safety bill of the session. Ha ha. That's gum with an M, not an N. All right. So,
Representative McCann, can you move the bill, please?
yes, I move House Bill 1053.
And House Bill 1053 is before us at this point. Thank you, Representative McCann.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So House Bill 1053 comes from a broad group of stakeholders in the health community, including advocates of the children's and oral health and the health insurance industry. What it does is it permits the Commissioner of Insurance to adopt rules to make sure that the requirements for the coverage for pediatric dental benefits in health benefit plans that are offered in Colorado are the same both inside and outside of the health insurance exchange. The Affordable Care Act includes a requirement that pediatric dental benefits be offered in all plans. And what's happened is a federal rule has made it unclear about what occurs inside the exchange. So inside the exchange, if a plan is purchased, pediatric dental benefits only have to be offered but are not required to be purchased, whereas outside the exchange, they have to be purchased. The Division of Insurance has notified us that they don't have the authority to pass a rule along these lines to equalize the playing field unless they have a bill, legislation. So this bill will ensure market alignment inside and outside the exchange, which will be fair for everyone and will certainly increase the number of children who have dental insurance. 15% of Colorado children have serious oral health problems, and 184,000 children in Colorado, which is more than the entire population of Fort Collins, do not have health insurance for dental work. So I would ask for a yes vote, both on the grounds of equalizing coverage inside and outside the exchange and increasing the number of children who have good dental care. Thank you.
Representative Joshi.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and members. I stand here in opposition of this bill, not because the bill is bad. We all are for the health care of our children. They are the future. So we need to provide them the best care that we can provide. But the problems with this bill is several-fold. First of all, we actually heard in the committee, even from the Office of the Insurance Commissioner, that this was a mess that was forced upon us by the federal government. And we don't need to just go along with the federal government's problems. We, as states, we have to stand up against them and say, we will do what is best for us, we are not going to clean up your mess here. That's number one. Number two, when we ask the question about the premiums, if the premiums will be going up if we provide this care, we received the answer from the insurance industry that the premiums will not be going up. And do you know why? Because they are already charging that this year, but they are not providing us the care. So something that we are paying this year and not getting anything in return from the insurance industry, we all should be actually asking for the refund from them because they are not giving us the care. So these are the issues that are associated with this bill, and therefore I ask for a no vote.
Representative Landgraf.
Do we? Okay.
No, we don't. We have time.
Okay. Okay, go on. Sorry, I was just going to break for the Broncos. David Blake is going.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We did hear this in committee, and I do not understand for the life of me why we are trying to force people who already have these benefits available to them to have to purchase these. And one question we asked, what happens to the people who don't have children? Currently, those people with children, there's a high rate of non-usage. So why are we forcing them to buy something that they're not using now that they could be taking advantage of? And those of us without children, why do we have to pay, and we will have to pay, for benefits that we have absolutely no use for? That's been one of the biggest complaints with the Affordable Care Act, forcing people to have benefits they have no use for. And now the state of Colorado is wanting to add that to our mandate. I would ask for a no vote.
Representative Giroux.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Members, I've read the bill, and I understand what we're dealing with. And with that, I offer Amendment L001 and ask that it be displayed. And those of you that can't read because I'm losing my eyesight, the rule shall mandate coverage of Representative Giroux's estrogen patch in perpetuity.
L001 is sort of properly before us. Representative Sonnenberg.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and members. On behalf of our caucus and those in JBC that work with her, I urge your support of this amendment.
Representative Giroux.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I withdraw L001.
Are you sure, Representative Giroux? L001 is withdrawn. To the bill. Is there any further discussion about House Bill 1053? Seeing none, the question before us is the adoption of House Bill 1053. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, no. No. House Bill 1053 is adopted. Mr. Kohler, can you please read the title of House Bill 1019?
House Bill 1019 by Representative Gardner, also Senator Stedman, concerning the enactment of Colorado Revised Statutes 2013 as the positive and statutory law of the state of Colorado.
Representative Gardner.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move House Bill 1019. There is no committee report.
To the bill. Is there any discussion on House Bill 1019? Seeing none, the question before us is the adoption of House Bill 1019. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say no. House Bill 1019 is adopted. Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move the committee rise and report.
The committee will rise and report.
Here.
Sorry.
The House will come back to order. Mr. Kohler, please read the report of the Committee of the Whole.
Mr. Speaker, Committee of the Whole begs leave to report as under consideration the following attached bills being second reading thereof and makes the following recommendations thereon. House Bills 1019, 1053, 1078 passed on second reading or gross placed on the calendar for third reading final passage.
Representative Foote. You've heard the motion. I believe there are no amendments at the desk. Just to Miles. Mr. Kohler, please open the report, open the machine, and members proceed to vote. Representatives Buck, Everett, Fields, Giroux, McNulty, Schaefer, Sane, Rosenthal, Pedersen, Williams, Vigil, Tyler. Representatives Everett, Humphrey, Pedersen, Sane, Schaefer, Vigil. Please vote. Close the machine. With 62 aye votes, 0 no votes, 3 excused, and 0 absent, the report of the committee of the whole is adopted. Any announcements or introductions? Madam Majority Leader, you just want to remind people what we're doing? Yeah. And then we're off. Okay, I'll do that. Members, we are going to recess. We are done with our work, so we're going to go out to the rally whenever it starts. We will come back to read bills across the desks. You are off on Monday, and you will need to be here 10 a.m. on Tuesday. So have a great weekend. Go Broncos. Madam Majority, they want to make a motion? Maybe till, why don't you put us in recess till 10:30? Okay, you want to put us in recess? You want to bang
Thank
this?
you, Mr. Speaker. I move we stand in recess until after the Broncos win on Sunday and we return on Tuesday morning.
Oh, we got to be back at 10:30.
And we will recess until 1.
10:30 today? Can we recess till?
Yeah. We will recess until 10:30 today.
No objections. The House will stand in recess till 10:30 today. Now,